In just the 4 weeks before this announcement, Ondas, ticker ONDS, says it booked $70 million in new defense orders. To give you a sense of scale, that's more than the entire revenue the company recognized in its most recent full quarter, signed in about a month. But orders and revenue are not the same thing, and the gap between the two is exactly what this video is about. Quick disclaimer before we go further, this is just my personal take, not financial advice, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. If you saw our earlier video on the DZYNE acquisition, you already know Ondas has turned itself from a small rail communications company into one of the most aggressive defense technology roll-ups on the public market. The new orders are real, and the momentum is real, but I want to hold up one guardrail right at the start. A stock jumping on a headline is not automatically a better business than it was the week before. So, there are two questions worth answering here. Is the order momentum as strong as it looks? And what is all of this growth actually costing the people who own the shares? Start with the orders themselves, because the breadth is the part that stands out. The $70 million is not one contract. Ondas says it spans unmanned ground systems, border security, counter-drone systems, intelligence and surveillance systems, and autonomous precision strike capabilities. Counter-drone, or C-UAS, means exactly what it sounds like: hardware and software built to detect, track, and bring down hostile drones before they cause harm. And it is one of the fastest growing corners of defense spending as cheap drones show up in every modern conflict. Intelligence and surveillance systems, usually shortened to ISR, cover the sensors, aircraft and analysis used to watch an area and understand what is happening inside it. The most concrete piece disclosed so far is a $6.9 million order from Australia's Department of Defence for counter-drone kits, awarded through the company's newly acquired DZYNE business and a local partner. DZYNE's handheld counter-drone product has reportedly been deployed more than 3,000 times around the world, so this is shipping equipment, not a concept. Ondas also reported more than $40 million of orders in the prior month and over $150 million of order activity across the quarter so far. Here is the discipline you have to keep though: an order is a booking, not cash in the bank. Government programs run on long timelines. An initial order can sit under a much larger ceiling that may never be fully drawn, and defense budgets can slip for reasons that have nothing to do with the product. Contracted is not the same as collected. It is also worth noting that Ondas describes these awards as a mix of new systems and expanded programs with existing customers, which is encouraging for stickiness, but also means the $70 million figure blends fresh demand with follow-on business, rather than $70 million of brand new customers landing all at once. Now, we have covered Ondas several times before, so I'm not going to rerun the whole acquisition story here. If you want the full breakdown of how this company assembled its platform, the DZYNE, Cyberhawk, and Omnisys deals are all in our earlier videos. The short version is that Ondas is not betting on one clever drone, it is trying to build a single integrated defense platform where the sensors, the aircraft, the ground robots, the counter-drone tools, and the software that ties them together all come from the same company. And that is exactly why today's $70 million order announcement is the part I would actually focus on. The point is not just the size of the number, it is that the orders are spread across so many of those segments at once rather than concentrated in a single product. That is the whole platform lighting up together, and to me it is the most convincing evidence so far that the integrated platform thesis is turning into real, broad-based demand rather than a nice story in an investor deck. It sits alongside the outside validation we have talked about before, from the Lockheed Martin counter-drone integration to a United States Navy selection for stratospheric surveillance. The kind of endorsement a prime contractor or a military branch does not hand out unless it believes the technology works in the field. The honest catch, and it leads straight into the next point, is that welding more than a dozen acquired companies into one coherent platform in barely a year is operationally hard, and the cross-segment synergies these orders hint at are still being proven rather than banked. And there's the real cost, the one the excitement tends to skip over: how Ondas is paying for all of this. Buying a dozen companies is expensive, and this company has been paying largely in its own stock. The software acquisition, Omnisys, was funded almost entirely in shares, roughly $197 million of stock. The DZYNE deal, valued at around $876 million, was mostly stock as well, with only a minority in cash. Cyberhawk was the exception, funded mostly in cash. Layer in the capital the company has raised by selling new shares into the market to fund operations, and you get heavy, continuous dilution. Dilution is worth explaining plainly because it is the quiet risk in almost every fast-growing small cap. When a company issues new shares to pay for an acquisition or to raise cash, the business may get bigger, but the pie is now cut into more slices, so each existing share represents a smaller piece of whatever the company becomes. Growth paid for with stock is not free, it is transferred, in part, out of the pockets of the people who already own it. And here is a place where a scary-looking headline and the actual filing tell different stories, so it is worth getting right. You may see screens or articles flagging insider selling at Ondas, which sounds like a warning sign. But if you read the filings themselves, almost all of it is a routine mechanic rather than executives cashing out. When a large block of restricted stock vests, the company automatically sells a slice of it to cover the tax bill that the vesting creates. The chief executive's own transaction is the clearest example. On the day in question, he received several million newly vested shares, and only a portion were sold to cover taxes, so his personal stake actually rose rather than fell. That is a very different thing from an insider choosing to sell into a rising price, and it is worth knowing before you read too much into a red insider sold headline. Now, none of that means the business is not growing. It clearly is. Earlier this year, Ondas reported quarterly revenue of about $50.1 million, a more than tenfold jump from the same period a year earlier. And after folding in the DZYNE and Omnisys acquisitions, it raised its full-year revenue target to at least $525 million, up from $390 million only a few months earlier, with DZYNE alone expected to contribute somewhere around $191 million of that this year. Those are real figures moving in the right direction, and they are a big part of why the stock has attracted so much attention. The chief executive, Eric Brock, framed the recent orders as proof that the company is converting a growing pipeline into real programs. He may well be right, but keep in mind he is the chairman and chief executive, he runs the strategy, and he benefits directly when the shares do well, so his read of the momentum is not a neutral one. The harder truth underneath the guidance is that a booking is not revenue is not profit, and at the group level, this company is still spending heavily to grow rather than generating consistent earnings. On top of that, the stock has run hard on this story, which means a great deal of the future is already reflected in the price. The valuation here looks rich rather than cheap, and a business valued on where it might be in a few years leaves very little room for disappointment. So where do I land? On balance, bullish, and the wave of new orders is the main reason why. What I keep coming back to is that Ondas is aimed squarely at the parts of defense that are structurally growing. Counter-drone, autonomous systems, surveillance, that the order flow keeps building month after month, and that outside validation like the Lockheed integration suggests the technology is genuinely wanted, not just marketed well. To me, that combination reads more bullish than not. The honest counterweight I keep in view is that almost all of this growth is being bought, and bought substantially with stock, so shareholders are funding the expansion through dilution, while the orders that headline every announcement are still promises that have to convert into cash. So my optimism is a conditional one. It rests on Ondas turning that order momentum into delivered revenue, and actually welding a dozen acquisitions into the single platform it keeps describing before the dilution and the execution risk catch up with it. I could be wrong about all of this. I have been wrong before, and roll-up stories in particular have a habit of looking either brilliant or reckless only in hindsight. As a full reminder, nothing in this video is a recommendation to buy or sell any security. I'm not a financial advisor, and everything here is my personal opinion for education and entertainment. Always do your own research and make your own decisions. Let me know in the comments which stock you want me to break down next.